Doubles and coffee or coffee and doubles, however you want it. Good morning, U97.5 FM. It is not a good day this morning. Trinidad and Tobago is without a substantive or nor an acting police commissioner for the first time in our history, as the crime situation has been devastatingly increasing daily, even under a state of emergency. We see that the Commissioner of Police, the absence of leadership, has led to an emboldening of the bandits across Trinidad and Tobago. They are conducting their business with a sort of arrogance, a sort of don't care attitude that has never been seen before. The people of Trinidad and Tobago are under siege. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is rudderless and leaderless, and no amount of nonsense by the Prime Minister Keith Christopher Rowley, nor his Minister Ethelbert Pumsite Rasta, to try and tell people who have lived for years and decades, people who understand why leadership is important, people who understand in any sphere of life, leadership is needed, whether in the corporate world, business, in schools, principals. Some of the best principals lead to the best schools, the teachers, the staff, the coaches, the players, the captain on a cricket team as we get ready to defend the World Cup T20. Leadership is necessary, and Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is rudderless without leadership because of the abject stupidity of the Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, Faris Al-Rawi, who was arrogantly defending his order 4, his paragraph 4, the order to change the process of the selection of the police service commissioner. Just 18 days ago, he attacked Dave Passad, he attacked Kamla Passad Bissessa, he attacked Saddam Hussein, he attacked Wayne Sturge, he attacked all the lawyers who knew that he was wrong, and he has been proven to be wrong once again, drafting terrible law that has led to a crisis in Trinidad and Tobago. Every institution is now in crisis. Furthermore, it appears that Rudal Munilal, Kamla Passad Bissessa, and others who said, and Gary Griffith himself yesterday, after the judgment came down, nullifying and quashing the orders of 2021 and 2009, Gary Griffith said that there was a clique of people in high office who wanted him out. Rudal Munilal on Real Media TT and the Ground Report stated categorically, and he stated it earlier on Douglas Politics, that they appeared to be a conspiracy. On Real Media TT, on 104.7 Ground Report, Munilal said that it is clear that the highest officers in the land wanted to get rid of Gary Griffith. Gary Griffith admitted yesterday that there was a conspiracy to get him out. Why would someone want to get Gary Griffith out? Whether you like Gary Griffith or not, whether you love Gary Griffith or not, whether you find he talk too much or not, whether you find he's run down every person on social media to argue with or not, as Kamla Passad Bissessa said yesterday in a press conference, give Jackie jacket and give Jim boots. The man worked hard, he was passionate about his job, and he was doing a good job. So whether you like him or you want to hug him up is irrelevant. He not looking for a wife, he have a wife. He not looking for family, he have family. But what was the conspiracy? Why would you want Gary Griffith out? Why would somebody want to control the police service? Why would somebody want to control the commissioner of police? Why? Why do we say? Now we see a similarity. There was a time when every single individual in the know said, do not shut down Petrotrin. There were 3 reports. $64 million of taxpayers' money. You know how much hamper $64 million could buy? That said, the Lashley report, the McKinley report, the Solomon report, that said, do not shut down Petrotrin. The Prime Minister Keith Rowley said the board under Winfred Esmine told him and instructed him to shut down Petrotrin and sent a note to the minister. Nonsense. Winfred Esmine said that Keith Rowley lied, that he and his board never ever recommended the shutdown of Petrotrin and the sending home of 5,389 permanent workers and another 6,000 odd temporary workers, and the shutdown of the fence line communities and the business and the spin-off effects Winfred Espinay said under oath in a court that Keith Rowley lied, that he and his board never ever said shut down Petrotrin. So why was Petrotrin shut down? Why? And then we saw after Petrotrin was shut down, which would have made evidence gathering very difficult. We saw that Keith Rowley took the insane step of putting his personal attorney to chair the board of Heritage, who would then control all of the evidence, all of the assets, all of the records of the former Petrotrin if any investigation was done. Why would Keith Rowley put a man who did not have any experience in energy but was his own personal lawyer and could keep secrets for him, and would not have to divulge anything that they discuss because of lawyer-client privilege? Why would Keith Rowley choose his attorney, his personal attorney, to put in charge of Heritage Petroleum? I told you all when I was on a previous radio station, Power 102.1 FM on the afternoon doing Douglas politics, I told you a certain man told Rowley, or if all you feel I going down alone, you better shut down, lock down, and broke down, because I not going down alone. So all you better sort out. I told you that a certain man told them that. And now, 4 or 5 years later, your eyes opening up big, you're bulging. Why then would Senior Counsel Deborah Peake recommend an immediate appeal to the High Court of an arbitration with Rowley's friend? Why? And why would Rowley's personal attorney all of a sudden ignore the sage advice of a brilliant senior counsel and then come out in the middle of a state of emergency and announce to the world that this matter had been settled and the population and taxpayers should be happy? Who would want Rowley out? Video footage shared by Real Media TT is circulating around Trinidad and Tobago to remind us that Captain Gary Griffith, the former Commissioner of Police, for now, was stated categorically that that investigation was ongoing, that forensic scientists and investigators and auditors were on their way international to investigate and continue that police investigation. Because the civil case had nothing to do with police. That don't stop the police. All you know what police can do. Gary was going to show them what police can do. That investigation was ongoing. I don't know. I am just surmising. Why would people want Gary Griffith out? If Gary Griffith, this last poll of the population was that 71% of the people were happy with Gary Griffith. Why would a leadership not want to have one thing kind of happy for the people? Have the people kind of happy in one thing, because we're not happy in road, we're not happy in water, we're not happy in job, we're not happy that we can't go to the beach, we're not happy in COVID-19, we dead in, we're not happy with the borders, we're not happy with school, we're not happy with online, we're not happy with laptop, we're not happy with gate, we're not happy with the extra taxes, we're not happy with the food price, we're not happy with the agricultural budget, we're not happy in any way. So why would a government want to grab and take the one source of comfort of the people, Captain Gary Griffith as Commissioner of Police? Why would they want to get rid of him? Ask yourself that. And while you're asking yourself that, ask yourself, why would a government go to the parliament and gut procurement? Why would a government have 210 recusals in a cabinet in 5 years? Ask yourself why a government would rent their own buildings and their own family members. Why a government would put one man, Noel Garcia, in charge of spending all your money. One government. Why a government would rob and rape the principles of corporate governance like this? Ask yourself. And while you're asking yourself, I want you to also ask the 9 independent senators who were there in July 2020 when Senator Wade Mark moved a motion to negative that order, that Duncy order that was wrong. That was wrong in law, wrong in process, and that Justice Kangaloo has struck down and quashed. Why? When Wade Mark went to the Senate, how is it possible that all nine independent senators at that time voted with the government? How is that possible? Because we see now that a learned justice heard arguments, or sustained period written arguments, heard arguments, and went through and analyzed and came to the conclusion that it was bad law. Then how is it possible, think about it, that 9 independent people hearing those very same arguments from the UNC opposition, led by Senator Wade Mark, and with Saddam Hussein and Obika and Anita Haynes, how did all 9 independent senators get it wrong? Doesn't that worry you? Now you understand why we are in a constitutional crisis. Because the independent institutions of Trinidad and Tobago have been interfered with. From the EBC to now the Police Service Commission to the office of the DPP with this so-called immunity assigned by Faris Al-Rawi, the Attorney General, getting involved in criminal matters and his Prime Minister defending him. Clearly, I asked Rowley now, did you instruct Al-Rawi to do that, to negotiate with Nelson? Was it done under cabinet approval? Was it done under prime ministerial approval? What was done? Did you do that, Keith Rowley? We already admitted that you were by President's house on August 12th. President Paula May Weeks stopped dragging the flag, carry the merit list that was duly signed and done the proper work before the collapse of the Police Service Commission, and put it before the Parliament so Trinidad and Tobago can get a Commissioner of Police, so we can have a Commissioner of Police, because there are even some police who are celebrating that Gary Griffith is not there. There are some police we know, all of a sudden kidnapping increased, human trafficking increased. There are bad police who didn't want Gary there, and now crime is spiraling out of control, unchecked, without leadership. The bad police celebrating, the men who ready to run rampant because Gary gone, the captain gone. Who would do that to the citizens? I cry shame. Shame on you, Keith Rowley. You keep digging deeper into the abyss of desperation, day and day taking our country into darkness. And we will not eat meat during the Diwali season. We will not advertise a curry with chicken as the Hindu community celebrates their most sacred part of the year. We will respect our Hindu brothers and sisters. We will pray with them, love with them, hold them and uplift them to try and get a light, one little light, to shine through the darkness that is Rowley and the PNM. And to our former Minister of Culture and a Minister of Education, if you think that that is an apology, you are disgusting, you are thoughtless, you are heartless, and you have no contrition in your heart. What a disgrace in a multicultural society that somebody would advertise a curry on Diwali with meat. That is PNM. And all I could say, as Corky say, good morning, neighbor. Bless.